Hello and welcome back to another lecture on learning Autodesk Inventor. In this video we are going to continue with another example, and we are going to create a bolt by using the coil option here. But we are also going to use some other tools like the extrude tool and the revolve tool. But we are going to focus mainly on the coil tool here. Okay, so let's get started. First we will need to create a sketch. And let's choose the XY plane here. Okay, so let's go and make the origin point visible. Click here and check visibility. Now let's make a polygon here. Let's make it with 6 sides. Hit OK, and let's give it some dimensions. Let's make this 10 millimeters. Okay. Now let's move it to the center of the origin point here. Select this center here and this here. Now click OK. Now we are going to align this vertically or horizontally, doesn't matter which one you want, and go ahead and finish the sketch here. So this is going to be the head of our bolt. Now we're going to need to extrude that. Go and click extrude, and let's leave it 10 millimeters. Okay, so now we are going to add some little detail here. We are going to try to cut off these edges here because most of the bolts have these edges cut off, and let's go ahead and do that. But we are going to need to create a plane and to slice it through this side here. So how we do create a plane from here to here? Let's go here and choose this option, 3-point. We'll need to select the first point, then the second, then we can choose this point. If we made it this, it would create a plane like this, but we need it to be like this. And just click that, and now we have our plane. So let's go and click create a new sketch. Okay, now we're going to make a slice graphic here. Click slice graphic, and let's go and use the project geometry. Let's just select this square right here and hit OK. Now we're going to need to make the parts, which we then going to make with the revolve tool to cut the edges off. Let's make a line here, hit OK, repeat the line option and hit OK one more time. Now we are going to use the constraint tool to attach to the line here, and this point to this point here. The same goes for the right line, and hit OK. Now we will need to give it some dimensions. Let's make it 2 millimeters. Let's make this 2 millimeters as well, and we're going to do the same thing on this side, 2 millimeters by 2. Okay, hit OK. Now we will need also to trim this line here, because if we revolve, the program will detect this whole area here, and we don't want that. Let's go and delete this. First we will have to delete this constraint here, and now we can go and delete it or just trim it. We will just simply delete it. But now you can see they have turned green. We will have to give this a dimension here. Oops, it knows already that. Now let's make a line here, and let's go and finish. Okay, now we can go ahead and use the revolve tool. Let's make a revolve here and select these two profiles here. Now select the axis line and hit the cut option here. And as you can see, now we have this nice cutting here, this nice cutting effect. And let's just go and hit OK. Alright, so this is the head of our bolt. Let's just hit the home view. Now I don't want to see this plane here. Let's make it invisible. And we are going to start to make the other part of the body. Let's go and make a circle. Let's make it 10 millimeters. Hit OK. And let's align it to the origin here. Okay. Now finish the sketch. And one more time we're going to need the extrude tool. And let's make it, so let's say 40 millimeters. I think this is good. And hit enter. Now we have this part here. So we are going to need to create a coil. Let's go here on this plane and start a sketch. I'm gonna rotate this. Alright. And let's hit the slice graphic option here. Okay, let's project this line. Hit OK. Now we are gonna create the profiles. Let's go and just like the teeth of the gear, we are gonna do a similar thing here. Now let's align this horizontally. Oops, I didn't want to do this. Let's just go and undo that. Okay, now it's good. Now we are gonna make a line from this point to any point here you want, and from this point to any point that you want here, because we are gonna fix that later. Alright, now we are gonna make this angle here. Let's make it 45 degrees. Oops, we will need to constrain this. Let's just undo that. Okay, now we can go and edit this. Let's make it 45 degrees. Oh, now we need to make it 90 degrees plus 45. Okay, that makes 135. We will make the same here. (135 degrees). But I think this is a just too big profile, so I'm gonna make it smaller. I'm gonna make it, let's just try 100. I think this is good. Let's make it 100 as well. Okay. So we're gonna just make a simple profile. And now let's make this a little bit smaller. This distance, let's leave it just 2. I think we need to make it even smaller. Let's make it 1.5. And I think now it looks good. Okay, let's give this a dimension here. Okay, and let's give this point to this point another dimension, and we will give it a 5mm distance. Okay, so now what we need to do is to make the line of the axis here. Okay, and let's finish the sketch. Now we can go and use the coil tool here. So where do we have our profile? It's selected. The computer automatically has detected it. Now we need just to select the rotational axis, and now we're gonna need to edit the pitches and the height. So we are gonna make not the pitches but only let's make it pitches and height. The height is 40mm, and let's make the pitches, let's make it 2. Just zoom in to see if it, no, it has to be bigger. I think 3 will work just fine. Okay, I think 3 will work. Hit OK and let's try this. Oh, I have to make it to cut it, not to add it. So this one here. And OK, now we are done. So this is just a simple bolt. We could just go and edit the sketch here if you want the profile to be like a triangle or anything you want to, but this is just one simple example here and how to use this tool. Alright, so we can go and give it a color if we wanted. Let's just go and choose a metal color. No, let's just make this aluminum color here. Upload it, and now it looks better. So this is our first bolt by using only 3 tools: the extrude tool, the revolve tool, and the coil tool. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'm just going to save this file. Let's go File, click Save As, and we're going to save it. Let's call it bolt.